It doesn't look like Bob Arum wants any parts of Canelo, straight up, based on how he said, oh, it's too late. I think it's too. No, it's not too late. It's too late because you don't want to make that fight. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. I hate to say I told you so, but I fucking told you so. I did some videos in May. One was at the end of May, and it was about Bob Arum talking about Pacquiao's potential opponents. He said Canelo is fighting Laura, so that fight won't be made this year because it's not enough time, yada, yada, yada. Maybe sometime in 2015. That was icing on the cake because I told you before that Team Pacquiao and Bob Arum are going to avoid a fight with Canelo. I did a video on May 9th also talking about this, and it was called Pacquiao. According to some of y'all, Manny Pacquiao beats everybody easy. And I said in that video pretty much the same thing. I doubted that they would make the fight, and they don't really want any parts of Canelo, and it's apparent. So Pacquiao's longtime trainer, Freddie Roach, recently said this: I think the fight is possible, but I think 152 pounds is too much for Manny. If Canelo manages to get down to 150 pounds, it would be much better. But first, let's see what happens. We've had no offers on that fight. Get the fuck out of here. So Canelo, a young fighter who looks like he's getting pushed out of his own division, 154 pounds. I definitely see him moving up to middleweight in the next year and a half. He had trouble making 154 pounds his last fight against Angulo, came in overweight, paid a penalty. Now, Team Pacquiao or Freddie Roach wants this man to drop down, not to a catch weight of 152 pounds. You want him to drop to 150. Again, Pacquiao and his team want no parts of Canelo. I told you that. And the funny thing is, when I made the initial video about the potential fight, a lot of you guys said that Pacquiao runs through Canelo like it was easy. And I told you it wouldn't be an easy fight. Pacquiao's later in life, later in his career. And although Pacquiao would have an advantage in speed and movement, which looks like that bothers Canelo in the Mayweather fight, if you look at that fight, even the Austin Trout in spots, but namely the Mayweather fight, Canelo has trouble with movement, cutting off the ring on someone who's a good mover. And we all know Pacquiao has great footwork. However, Canelo will have a sizable weight advantage the night of the fight. And I think it's a banger of a fight. I wish it could get made. But why does fucking Pacquiao always have to have some sort of weight stipulation? Straight up, Brandon Rios moved up in weight. Timothy Bradley moved up in weight. Now, although Timothy Bradley had one fight against Luis Carlos Abregu at welterweight, he dropped back down and had consecutively been fighting at 140 again. Marquez in the third fight moved up 2 weight classes to meet Pacquiao to chase down the rematch. You look at the fight with De La Hoya. De La Hoya came down a whole weight class. Antonio Margarito. Pacquiao is considered an 8-division world champion, and he fought for a vacant title and fought Margarito at a catchweight. Cotto at a catchweight. It's like, how many times does he have to have a weight advantage? So when people call Pacquiao the catchweight king, this is why. Now, you could say, oh, Floyd Mayweather fought Canelo at a catchweight of 152 pounds. But even if you disregard the whole Canelo fight, take it off his resume, Mayweather still has 2 performances at the true 154 pound. That's Miguel Cotto and a fight with Oscar De La Hoya. Pacquiao has a catchweight fight with Margarito. Before Cotto started training with Freddie Roach, they were talking about making a Cotto Part 2, a Pacquiao Cotto 2. But again, they wanted Cotto to come down to 150, and Cotto was like, no, not this time. I'm not coming down that much. If he wants to fight me, he'll fight at 154. And then they chose another opponent. But it's like, god damn, how much weight advantage does Pacquiao always need? And it's all about patterns. If Victor Ortiz fought Josito Lopez and he got his jaw broke, quit on the stool, people probably wouldn't give him that much flack. Like, oh, that's a serious injury. He doesn't want to make it worse. But the reason people don't have any sympathy is because he's displayed previously that he has that quitter mentality. When shit goes bad, he gets frustrated and starts doing illegal shit, or he quit in the Maidana fight. I heard he quit in the amateurs, etc. That's why he's labeled a quitter. Now, when it comes to Pacquiao, in the case of Pacquiao, I got to speak like I'm Maury Povich and shit. In the case of Pacquiao, the weight is always an advantage for Pacquiao. Either they're coming up or coming down. Coming up or coming down. In his recent fights. Now, he has some fights earlier in his career, good sturdy names with no weight advantages, but I'm talking about later in his career. Now you want Canelo dropped down to 150 fucking pounds, a guy who has trouble making 154, Like, get the fuck out of here, man. And again, I just find it hilarious that I told you guys that Pacquiao would not want this fight. Team Pacquiao would not. And Bob Arum and Freddie Roach are pretty much agreeing with me, but they're doing it in a sly way by not making the fight. And it's hilarious. It's similar to pricing yourself out. I'm 6'4", 6'5". I weigh about 235, 240. Now, if someone's like, yeah, I want to fight you, Ego, but I want to fight at a catch weight of 160, I'd be like, fuck no. Because I would literally die trying to make 160. You know what I mean? That's too much of a of a weight advantage. I look like Christian Bale and the Machinist and shit. And that's what Pacquiao's trying to do. They're trying to starve Canelo and try to pick him off. Like, that's crazy to me that Pacquiao has so many weight advantages in his fights. And it's ridiculous. Now, I know some people are going to dislike the video, and I know the diehard Pactards are going to make excuses and call Mayweather a pussy, even though this video is not about Mayweather. Let's talk about Mayweather, though. The catch weight of 152 pounds. If Pacquiao fought Canelo at a catch weight of 152, I have no problems with that. Mayweather did it. See if you can beat Canelo better than Mayweather at the same exact weight. No problem. But 150, another 2 pounds, that's egregious. That's ridiculous. That you know he has trouble making weight, and you're going to try to starve him out even more, knowing he's a big dude, just to have that type of physical edge over your opponent. And you can't really say anything else. Canelo, post Austin Trout, he had the Austin Trout, then he fought Floyd Mayweather, then he fought Angulo. Plus he has Shane Mosley and some fading fighters like Baldomir on his resume. So his resume has definitely improved. He's fought more sizable competition. You know he can sell tickets. He can pack the house. So there's really no reason why this fight can't or shouldn't happen. You can't be like, oh, nobody wants to see that. It's not like he's Jesse Vargas or something, and you can't sell the tickets. This is a fight that I know the fight fans would want to see. I mean, Pacquiao against other legendary Mexican fighters, Eric Morales, Juan Manuel Marquez, fights with Barrera, all those fights, Margarito, all of them have done well. So Canelo, a young rising star, who wouldn't want to see this? Obviously, Team Pacquiao don't want to see it. So it's funny because some of you said Pacquiao runs through Canelo easy, but it sounds like some of you have more faith in your man than his own trainer and than his own promoter, Bob Arum. Make sure you hit the like button. Let me know what you guys think. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego, signing off.